25,000 people visit Kykuit every year. The Rockefeller estate in Pocantico Hills, one of the most iconic historic sites in Westchester. This year, the gates are closed. No tours, no visitors. And the organization that ran those tours for 30 years says it was blindsided by the decision. This is the Westchester Brief. I'm Jim. Let's get into it. On December 23rd, the Rockefeller Brothers Fund announced that Kykuit tours would be suspended for the entire 2026 season. The stated reason is that the fund is developing a new vision for the visitation program while completing renovations to the broader Pocantico Center campus, including a new visitor parking lot and a sculpture walk. That is the official version. The fuller picture is more complicated. Kykuit tours have been operated for 3 decades by historic Hudson Valley, the nonprofit that also manages sites like Philipsburg Manor, Sunnyside, and Van Cortlandt Manor. Historic Hudson Valley did not make this decision. In a public statement, Vice President Rob Schweitzer said the organization was previously unaware of the closure and had no role in it. That is a remarkable thing for a 30-year operating partner to say publicly. The fallout was immediate. Historic Hudson Valley laid off 5 full-time staff members and more than 50 part-time museum educators who worked the Kykuit program. For a nonprofit that depends on program revenue, losing its flagship partnership without warning represents a serious organizational blow. The timing makes the closure harder to absorb. 2026 is the 250th anniversary of the United States. It is also the 50th anniversary of Kykuit's designation as a National Historic Landmark. Both milestones would normally drive a surge in tourism and public interest. Instead, the estate will be empty. Here is why this matters beyond the cultural loss. Kykuit is an economic engine for the river towns. More than half of the estate's 25,000 annual visitors reported dining at local restaurants during their visit. 26% stayed overnight in local hotels. Sleepy Hollow, Tarrytown, and the surrounding communities depend on that foot traffic, particularly during the spring and summer tourism season that Kykuit anchors. The Rockefeller Brothers Fund says all other activities at Pocantico will continue: public programs, artist residencies, and conferences. They express deep gratitude to historic Hudson Valley for the 3 decades of partnership. But gratitude does not replace the lost jobs, the lost revenue, or the lost visitors. The fund has indicated that tours will resume in 2027 with what it calls a streamlined visitor experience, managed in-house rather than through a third-party partner. That signals a permanent restructuring, not a temporary pause. The Rockefeller Brothers Fund appears to be consolidating control over how the public accesses its property. Over the past several years, the Pocantico campus has expanded significantly. A Baton Lodge opened in 2018. The David Rockefeller Creative Arts Center opened in 2022. The fund says visitor interest in Kykuit tours increasingly overlaps with interest in art exhibitions, cultural offerings, and conferences, and that managing tours holistically makes more sense. Whether the community agrees with that assessment is another matter. For now, if you are planning a visit to Kykuit this year, you will need to wait. And if you are a business in the river towns that counted on Kykuit visitors, this is a gap with no immediate fix. Here is what else is happening across Westchester this week. The Westchester County Association is hosting a healthcare forum on March 25th, bringing together leaders to connect past policy decisions with present challenges and future opportunities in the regional healthcare landscape. The event is aimed at helping stakeholders navigate what the WCA calls an increasingly complex system. The county is moving forward with its plan to replace 94 aging hybrid buses in the B-Line system, budgeting $122.5 million in the 2026 capital plan. The new fleet is expected to improve reliability and reduce maintenance costs across the county's public transit network. And Bethany Arts Community in Ossining is wrapping up its exhibition Black History and Culture, Revolutionary Legacies, which runs through March 6th. The show, supported by Arts Westchester and Westchester County government, explores the experiences of Black Americans during the founding era as part of the nation's 250th anniversary programming. That is your brief for today. For the video version of every episode, subscribe on YouTube. Just search I Live Here Westchester and hit subscribe. I'm Jim, and I live here. I'll see you tomorrow.